Welcome to the slavery breeding ground. It used to be called the land flowing with milk and honey. You will be given a social security number and you will be taught in our intricate system how to defy the true and living God. If we see you getting close to if we see you trying to escape, you will be shot. Your main objective here is to work, buy, accumulate debt, and become more wicked. The more wicked you are, and the more you sin, the more this system stays afloat. See, we can't promote liquor stores to a sinless generation. We can't promote strip clubs and porn. We can't promote that to a sinless generation. So basically, the further you get away from your God, the more this plantation thrives. Your ancestors made us wardens, so don't get mad at us. Oh, how we love them Jewish people. Our job is to keep you blinded, subdued, and tired as sweat drips down your back as you work off the debt of this land. Now, we got Bibles all over this plantation, even in the hotel rooms. Why? Because we figured that it'd be easier just to give it to you instead of see you run off the plantation trying to look for it. You can read it, we just don't want you to understand it. Now, I want you to understand we're in a food shortage, but with technology, we disguise it. We will poison your water when we feel like it, especially when we got to get the numbers down. Chemtrail your skies, vaccinate your children with a substance that keeps them susceptible to our hospitals. If you don't stay sick, they don't make money. A sick slave is just as good as a healthy one. And if you try to alert the other slaves to find freedom through Jesus Christ, we will make you out to look like a conspiracy theorist. Do not try to fight against the beast because you will not win. We'll even have your own friends in here trade on you for a ham sandwich. All we have to do is make them 100% dependent upon us to eat. We're gonna feed you human flesh in your fast food. We're gonna abduct 300,000 children every year. We're gonna give our army a few $1 billion to prep a Batman logo in the sky to fake a return of Christ. And we give the poor people nothing. To survive here, you're gonna learn how to be selfish. We don't mind the name Jesus being said, we just don't want to see what he did being redid. Cause what he did crashes our intricate system. You will be hearers and not doers while you're here. You will praise same-sex marriage, and you will ridicule proper household structures. You will praise our president when he kills a general, and you will mock and ridicule real speakers of God who are attempting to heal this land. I would say we don't need no fences here at Camp 8, but the last generation got beside theyself, so we had to build a wall. A wall made out of hardened concrete. And next to the Grand Canyon being drained out, it's our greatest achievement thus far. See, you will learn English, courtesy of the Queen of England and the witches of the North. You will go to churches established by the Pope, the entire time existing in a system molded by the architecture of Egypt's oppression. Your children will learn to kill before they learn to spell their own name. And you're gonna look forward to paganism. When Halloween come, you better bring out the skeleton. On Christmas, we need you to go broke. See, this the year 2020. Project 2020, where we gonna slap a mask on your face and make you wear it until we feel good. First, we're gonna take your food, and then we're gonna take your breath. See, we are God to you. We're gonna give you stimulus checks to pacify the situation. We call it the juice loosener. See, we've programmed you all to be pacified with money. You will not call on your God no matter how thick the situation get. You will check that Black Mirror and those electronic devices for updates, because instead of the good news, which is the Bible, you will lean heavily on our newscast for your everyday survival. And we're gonna pay you just enough so that you begin to hate those who resist. Every YouTuber with that big platform, we put them there. You gotta remember, we the ones who approve partnership. They gonna be used as pawns for the bigger move. See, we never partner with somebody who goes against us. That would make us enemies of our own system. If you attempt to reach out to your brothers and sisters in China, you will be shot. If you try to reach out to any other slavery breeding ground across the world, you will be shot. You must stay on the European servers. We can't have the slavery breeding grounds contacting each other. That would create an overthrow, an uprising. Global warming is the condition of the slaves. It has nothing to do with the weather. The reason the weather is so jacked up here is because we modify it. The days of putting the chains on the slaves is long gone. The days of just putting them on their minds is long gone. The new chain will go in them. It will be the chip. The chip will become compatible to the towers. And with all the towers turned on and all the chips activated, we will have our very own web. If you ever seen a fly trying to get out of a spider web, that's how difficult it will be for a slave to leave the new setup. As knowledge advances and increases, our suppression skills have to advance. Machines are taking 50% of the jobs. So we must eradicate 50% of the people for sustainability. So we will also brew up some wars. Most fake, some will be real. We are banking on about 15% of the population to have collapsed lungs or a damaged breathing system after the mask. This is why we came out with TikTok. While the new generation dances, we would destroy tons of people with the time ticking. The towers have been emitting rays to make people feel lightheaded, dizzy, and sick. The fast food was poison. So yes, people are dying. It's just the total opposite of how we tell you. A land that is after God's heart is full of joy and peace. We don't want that. We need drama, chaos, confusion, death. Most of all, we need this entire land to bow down to the beast and worship Baal. The American people are so robotic, they still think we fighting a disease for a full year that hand sanitizer can kill. By the time they look up and see that the war is on them, they'll be too weak to form a defense. Our police, they put drugs on the streets, guns in the hands of the kids in the streets, and then play good cop as they collect it all as evidence for investigations. We have transferred most of our informants over to social media. We now have thousands of registered police informants on social platforms acting as regulars. And the YouTubers playing wannabe detectives will give us any information our informants miss. This land loves pedophilia. People like R. Kelly sold more albums after they found out he slept with an underage girl. The people in this land act like they just want it all to go away, but deep down they love it. In a relationship, the wife will think the husband loves her until she finds the lipstick on the collar. Well, the truth is the lipstick, and in this marriage with this whorish nation, we just make sure we change shirts before we come home. We used to put the fake pics of the missing children on milk cartons, but after no one even called to assist with the findings and leads, we knew it was time to put the child abduction in full gear because the villages have grown cold. They no longer care, so why should we? From now on, you are our slaves, property, manual bodies that will be transformed to robotic necessity. You will do as you are told or you will die. We are not concerned with your feelings. Your votes are worthless. You are the coal miners at the bottom of the Titanic. You are less than a human being. You were created to be submissive and to obey commands. Fidel Castro ain't got nothing on us. We gonna give you a fake map when you get into the schools and a fake history. We will make a city underground in Area 51 that you can't visit or fly over. The NSA will be watching and listening through your electronic devices, invading your privacy like a peeping Tom. While you watch the program, we'll be watching you. We just burned up 90 million acres of land. We broke the levee and flooded New Orleans. We dropped the towers. There wasn't no planes, only explosions. We never been to the moon. Witches make the nursery rhymes for your children. And y'all are so sick that you enjoy telling the story about a baby in a cradle falling out of a tree and dying. Your beer is made from urine. Your gasoline is made with doo-doo. You ain't paying $1 and some a gallon of gas, more like $1 on a turd. All you gonna see in this slavery breeding ground is liquor store, gas station, Walmart, church. The same setup everywhere you go. The same streets named after the same Masonic family that been suppressing you the entire time. Every plantation has the same setup, with the same rules, with the same lodges. You will work for multi-million-dollar companies, and when you file your taxes, you will get just enough back to eat at Red Lobster. We will destroy the credibility of anyone who exposes our crisis actors. We will gang stalk those who have a voice and can think outside the box. If you ever feel odd earthquakes, that's just us building cities underground. Speaking of underground, every major hotel chain like the Hiltons has a connected sex ring underground.
We will treat the elderly like guinea pigs in the nursery homes. The strippers on the pole will make more money than the tired waitress with children at home. Girls will listen and follow people like Megan Thee Stallion before they take heed to their mom. The young men will follow Travis Scott and people like the baby to the pits of hell. The internet will have 4 trillion watch hours while the Bible is read for only 30 minutes on weekends. We will promote the teaching of chakras and higher self until millions commit suicide after opening demonic portals. Welcome to the land of the free. Well, nothing is free but your choice to follow the true and living God. Look around you. You live in a box. You think in a box. Your dogs are on chains. Your birds are in cages. Animals at your zoos look miserable, and so do you. You pay for water, air, and you pay attention. When you try to be original, you're called lame. When you follow the crowd, you're called cool. Remember, we didn't do this to you. You did it to yourself when you decided to leave the principles of God.